The program is one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Already in the ring from Moncton, New Brunswick, weighing 239 pounds, Stompin Paul Peller. And his opponent, making his way to the ring area, hails from New Orleans, weighing 236 pounds, Ron Starr.
And the referee for this match is Ron Gauguin. Paul Peller, Stompin Paul Peller, who's become a fan favorite, is brandishing, well, I guess that's a billy club of sorts. It proved to be very effective in breaking up a brawl on television last week. Rotten Ron Starr wanted no part of that particular weapon, and now we're set to go with Ron Starr in against Stompin Paul Peller, a real cagey veteran of the sport. We're joined at ringside now by the king of professional wrestling, Harley Race. And Harley, you've got quite a task on your hands coming up, a main event encounter with none other than the Beast.
Anytime you go in a ring with a Beast, you know you're in for nothing but a street ball, a fight. And that's what I'm expecting. What we're going to watch right here, right now, is a classic Ron Starr. Paul Peller may be great, but he's nowhere near close to the gentleman that he's in the ring.
Stompin Paul Peller showing some moves that Ron Starr I don't think has seen before.
He floats like a bee. He stings like a fly.
Harley Race.
That's just the option of what it should be.
Harley Race, I have to take you to task for some of the tactics you've been employing here on World Grand Prix Wrestling. A man of your stature, a man of your ability. I find it hard to comprehend why you have to resort to such tactics.
A man of my stature and a man of my ability does exactly what he wants, when he wants to do it, and doesn't really care what anyone else thinks about it. Just like right then, if you've been watching, Ron Starr really didn't care what Paul Peller thought when he reached up and slapped him.
As far as the action in the ring is concerned, I think even Harley Race would have to admit that Paul Peller is more than holding his own here against Rotten Ron Starr.
I didn't say he wasn't going to hold his own. I just told you that he is outclassed. Paul Peller's a great wrestler, but he's outclassed.
Now Stompin Paul Peller with that crazy dance of his, I think, has Rotten Ron Starr off balance.
Well, that one definitely caught Starr off balance. There he is back again. He's paying for it.
Nice takedown by Starr, and then he follows up with a boot to the back area, then a knee to the forehead. Starr kicking away at his opponent. Ron Starr now in control here against Stompin Paul Peller. And here's an eye rake right across the top rope. That is certainly painful.
See how you can utilize rules? Rules are always made to be broken. And in wrestling, right there is a perfect example of how a smart guy uses the rules in his favor.
There's Starr pulling the tights of Peller down around the midsection and using his fingernails to claw into the back of Paul Peller. An elbow to the side of the head. An elbow to the top of the head. There's Peller coming off the rope. A hard right hand. Starr comes back with another right. Head into the turnbuckle. These guys are really going at it. Stompin Paul Peller and Rotten Ron Starr.
one thing I can say about Grand Prix wrestling. When you're watching Grand Prix wrestling, you're watching nothing but pure action from the time the bell rings till it's over.
Rotten Ron Starr with Peller on the mat. Starr is hungry for another shot at that International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship belt, currently worn by a proud champion and a deserving one in Leo Burke.
That's your opinion, of course.
And an opinion shared by many observers, I might add, Harley.
It's shared by a few of these people around here that got that familiar smell of fish. That belt belongs around the waist of a man the caliber of the gentleman in the ring, Ron Starr, myself, or Frenchie Martin, somebody that's adverse at everything.
Harley, what's this about you being managed by Frenchie Martin?
Frenchie Martin.
If you're so great, if you're as great as you say you are, why do you need someone else?
I don't need any human being on the face of the earth, but like I said, I'm a very intelligent guy. I utilize anything that happens to be around at the time. Frenchie Martin and myself were together in Paris. We just made an extensive trip throughout Europe. And Martin is a very, very wise ring veteran. If he's sitting in my dressing room and he's willing to do it, why not utilize that talent?
Stompin' Paul Peller out on the cement floor trying to collect his thoughts and gain some momentum here against Rotten Ron Starr. Here's Starr intent on bringing Peller in the hard way. Peller goes back down on the floor.
He's smart, that's where he'll stay.
I think Paul Peller deserves a lot of credit for the way he's performed in this match. He is the obvious underdog. Starr now climbing out of the ring, going after Paul Peller, who grabs a chair.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Right there you go. A typical New Brunswick style.
Peller wound up getting the chair on the flush of the back area as Starr was able to block that attack, and now Starr whipping Peller into the turnbuckle. There's a clothesline.
Now, wouldn't you say that Peller deserved what he got then?
Well, I have to admit that Peller probably had no business picking up the chair, but in light of some of the punishment he has endured, I think he had every right.
You're supposed to be able to endure the punishment, or you're not supposed to get in the ring. And he's in there with a gentleman that loves dishing it out.
Ron Starr and Paul Peller. And here's Peller off the ropes, sending Starr down on his back. Peller with the crowd behind him, and he could be dangerous if he gets worked up. Here's Peller with a boot to the midsection. Paul Peller not able to, or rather not about to relax here against Rotten Ron Starr. And there's a case of the referee getting too involved as far as I'm concerned.
The referee just doing his job. He was supposed to stop Paul Peller from punching. He was just doing his job.
Nevertheless, that gave the opportunity for Starr to come back with a closed fist of his own and gain the advantage over Paul Peller, who slugs Starr with a hard right. This has been a great match here on World Grand Prix Wrestling. Here, Maxwell and Harley Race.
Got him up there that time.
With you at ringside. Here's a cover by Peller, the count of 2, and Starr is able to escape. Here's Starr post to post, and Peller runs into a big boot. Here's a Boston Crab attempt, I believe.
That is a submission. That is a submission.
And Starr is using the ropes to gain leverage. Paul Peller trying to get out of trouble.
Utilizing what has to be. That's it. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
It's all over. Rotten Ron Starr gaining the submission hold with the assistance of the ropes, undetected by referee Ron Gauguin.
Wait a minute. What do we got climbing over the rope here? What do we got coming near the ring?